So we begin our lesson on Lady Jane Grey not talking about her childhood, but by talking about the day she was born. And the reason this is so interesting is because we don't know when she was born. And this is pretty incredible because this woman was the first queen regnant of England. Not knowing her birthday is a pretty incredible thing. How is it possible that we don't know when the future Queen of England was born? Every other Tudor monarch, we know the exact day. Why was baby Jane Grey seen as being so unimportant that we don't have a proper recording of her birth date? And of course, you guys have probably guessed it. The reason is that Lady Jane was such a distant cousin to the reigning Tudor family that the idea that she would ever be queen was ridiculous, ludicrous. How could she be queen? Number one, she's only a distant relation to the king. At the time Lady Jane was born, Henry VIII was king. And she was just a distant cousin to them. Number two, when she was born, there was plenty of people ahead of her in line, including Edward, the king's son, Elizabeth and Mary, the king's daughters. She was a distant relation. And of course, even take all of that, we also know that beyond the fact that she was barely related to the king, she also was female. And at this point in English history, there had never, ever been a single queen regnant in English history. And so her birth was not seen as being that important. And this is probably why we don't even know within a year when Jane was born. It's why when we say that Lady Jane Grey was executed when she was 16 or maybe 17 years old, that we can only say approximately her age because we don't know how old she was. Interesting, huh? Questions so far?